Welcome back. Joining us now is an organization that does so much for our community. Please join me in welcoming Brendan Nelson. Brendan, you are the Executive Director of the Hilltop Action Coalition. Welcome to Cityline.
Thank you. It's an honor to be with you this morning.
Let's jump right into the questions. For viewers new to our area, can you share with us, what is the Hilltop Action Coalition?
Yeah, so the Hilltop Action Coalition is a grassroots 501c3 organization located in the Hilltop area of Tacoma, my favorite area. We are about 30 years old. The kind of original foundation of the Hilltop Action Coalition was to respond to the violence and the gangs and things that were happening back in the late 80s, early 90s. And now we have evolved really into this organization that's really about getting information and resources out to the community. We are what we call the connector of resources and information. Anything that is Hilltop you want to know, you come through the Hilltop Action Coalition as we partner with other organizations to be able to do so. So we're focusing on issues of housing, employment, health, and the safety of our neighbors in the Hilltop community.
Great. What are some of the events that you organize in the community?
Wow. This past year, past almost 2 years, one would have thought COVID would have taken everything away from us. But one thing I love about the Hilltop is that we are just really resilient. And so during the pandemic, we were able to host a series of Hilltop business crawls. We know that businesses were heavily impacted by COVID and the construction going on MLK. And so we partnered with the Housing Authority around hosting these crawls to really get the foot traffic back up to businesses and help them be supported. And so we've now hosted about 6 of those since the pandemic. We've also co-sponsored the Hilltop Street Fair in the past alongside Hilltop Business Association. We weren't able to do that in the last 2 years. And so we hosted the Hilltop Summer Splash, which was amazing. Great opportunity for families and all to come out and enjoy. We also host a series of, now during COVID, weekly updates. It's not necessarily an event, but we know that it's very important for our community to stay informed. And so we bring on folks from all parts of Tacoma and the Hilltop area to share information with our residents about what's going on, how they can get involved as well. We host a series of outreach events in partnership with other organizations who are looking to do work in the Hilltop. So if you're a developer and you're looking to get some feedback from the community, we host listening sessions on behalf of those folks as well. And this past summer, we had a really great series of cider and conversation. That's where we brought community together for no particular reason other than just to be together and enjoy one another's company. We know that COVID took so much from us, and so we wanted to just gather again, just to be in community, hearing what's going on in the lives of our neighbors and how we can support. So we're hoping to bring some of those things back. We know that COVID is still with us and things are changing rapidly, so we're hoping to bring back some in-person events soon.
Great. Now, when you have your meetings, I'm assuming you have some regular standing meetings that go on. Are they in person or virtual, or are they hybrid? What kind of things are you doing to keep involvement with your meetings?
Yes, so all of our meetings since the beginning of COVID have gone virtual. And we went from hosting one meeting a month to hosting every Monday. And that has been a really huge impact just for all of our neighbors, all of our partners, to be able to get the word out about the work that they're doing has been amazing. Our hope is to start some in-person meetings once a month, just to kind of get back in that feel of community. We've all missed that so much. Unfortunately, it's looking like that may be a little bit of a longer wait for us. We did have 2 gatherings in person just before we got into this new variant. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to gather again in person, but out of safety and just care for our neighbors, we're going to pause on some in-person, but definitely keep with our virtual weekly updates.
That's wonderful. Now, you're giving those weekly updates one way, but there's also something else that you do, which is the Hilltop Action Journal, which is a great source of inspiration or information. What is the inspiration for the journal?
So the inspiration for the journal really started much like the Hilltop Action Coalition started, a group of neighbors getting together, trying to think about ways in which we can connect with each other. And so myself and a group of folks were sitting at People Center for a meeting, and we were like, we are missing a huge part of our community with information that's going out. How do we get it into the hands of people? And one of the individuals in the building, Corbett Moses Lee, I'm not sure if you've met him, goes out to his car and he comes back with this big bin of newspapers. And he said, "This is what I've done in the past, and this is how I've gotten information out to folks." And there kind of started the Hilltop Action Journal from there. And really the inspiration was, we know that social media is a really huge way of getting information out, but not everybody's using social media. And so we want to get people reading again, kind of get that old feel of having a nice community engagement newspaper in their hands. And so that's kind of where it started. And it's just been going ever since. And so we are definitely excited about that. We have won a national award for the journal. And one great thing about it is that it's all volunteer based. Everyone that writes for the journal is from the community, volunteering their time to go and get interviews and articles and such. So it's just been a really beautiful piece to see coming together.
That speaks so much for the wonderful community that Hilltop is and what it means
Sure.
to somebody who's in Hilltop. Now, how can you get involved in the Hilltop Action Coalition, and do you have to live in Hilltop to be a part of it?
So there are many ways to get involved with the Hilltop Action Coalition. One key way is just to kind of stay in touch with what's going on our Instagram page or on our Facebook page. You'll always see what's happening there. Again, COVID has kind of slowed a lot of things down for us. And so a lot of our in-person kind of volunteer opportunities have definitely slowed. And so you can connect with Christine Coleman, who's our program manager with the coalition. And I think we can pop up our website, and you can just send just an inquiry there, because there may not be something that we have listed to volunteer, but we always get calls from folks saying, do you have any individuals that may want to come help hand out hygiene kits to those who are experiencing homelessness? Or do you know anybody that may be willing to help come and clean up our block? And so there's always opportunities to do that. And we consider all of our Hilltop residents partners of the coalition. And so even if there are ideas that people have, bring those to us. One thing I didn't mention earlier is that we often sponsor or support residents who are looking to do some things in the community. So if you're looking to do a cleanup, we can get you connected to the city of Tacoma and get those resources for you. If you're looking to, host an event in your neighborhood, we can definitely support you in doing that as well. So there are many ways to get connected and just to get involved. You don't have to live in the Hilltop to support the Hilltop Action Coalition. We know a lot of the work that we do is anchored in the Hilltop, but if you have a passion for graphic design, any type of marketing, things like that, that's always helpful for us as we're looking to expand our journal. We're looking at kind of rebranding for a new logo here soon. And so any types of things like that is always helpful for us. So we want to be inclusive for all, but knowing that the Hilltop is where we are rooted and who we are rallying for.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. It's a great way for people to get involved in the community. Now, in our community, Brendan, many are facing food insecurity, but instead of looking the other way, the Hilltop Action Coalition stepped up with the FED program, the FED program. Can you explain what that is to us? Yeah,
so Hilltop FED, food equity and distribution, really just started with a conversation I was having with a few partners that I've worked with in the community in the past. And we were just talking about the amount of food that was going out to our neighbors and how excited we were that people were getting food, right? And having access to that. But one of the things that kept coming up for them was, as partners, they're like, we are also wasting more food than we want to. We're wasting way too much. And just talking with them and hearing that access for people was a little bit of a barrier. So maybe certain areas it was too far for someone to get to, or it wasn't necessarily on a bus line or something like that. So we started having this conversation around, let's see what we can bring to the Hilltop, knowing that there are places that are doing this, right? So we're not trying to recreate something. We're just wanting to bring something to our community that was a little bit more accessible. And so we went to the staff at Community Healthcare, which is really great, and said, hey, the old Coffee Buzz space is sitting empty for a while. Would you be willing to allow us to come in and to get food out to the community as they need it? And they jumped right at the opportunity. And we've launched in October. And since then, we've served over 300 people. Now, I want to be clear, is like those are duplicated numbers. So what we do is it's a no barrier site. So if you come on Monday, you can come again on Wednesday when we open. You can come again on Friday if you want. We just want to get the food out into the hands and on the tables of people in our community. So we don't ask any questions around that. And then Fridays, we also now started to serve hot soup. You know, this is a cold season, and so we've had some partners who are willing to step up and get hot soup to go. So it's just been really, really amazing how people have shown up for Hilltop Fed.
That is wonderful. Can you share with us some of the partners that you've worked with who have supported Fed? Because they're obviously great individuals and great organizations.
Yeah, definitely. You know, for sure, first off, the Housing Authority, they were kind of instrumental in helping us get the location. And so my hat is off to the Housing Authority for their support. The A. Philip Randolph Institute, Elijah Barrow, Food is Free, Tacoma. They were instrumental in helping us getting our first round of fresh produce together. Keepers of the Flame group, and also just residents from the Hilltop community. Again, our community, those folks are our partners, from $10 donations to food and different items. And so it's a collective effort that has taken so many of us together. So I love to see it expand and grow. So just many thanks to all the folks that have helped Hilltop Fed be what it is today.
That's wonderful to have that support from the community. Now, as we look back on 2021, Brendan, what are some of the Hilltop Action Coalition highlights that you want to be proud of?
Yeah, I am just really proud of the business cards that we were able to produce. Just knowing and hearing from businesses the impact that those had makes us feel really proud that we were able to bring something that was going to support the businesses. Also, just establishing some new partnerships, looking at all the work that we're able to do collectively, and just kind of tapping in with each other and saying, you know, we can do better together. We can do more together. So that's been really amazing. And then also the folks and the foundations and groups who are believing in the work that we're doing and how we're serving, and just funding us and giving us opportunities to continue to do the work that we're doing. One thing I'm really excited about is the last couple of years, we've been really trying to build our capacity and kind of looking at staffing. And so we were excited to end 2021 and step into 2022 with a new board president, some new board leadership. And then I'll be stepping into the role as executive director this in 2022. And so that's a huge accomplishment for us, being such a small organization, to be able to expand this way and be able to expand our reach to the neighbors in the Hilltop and expand our just partnerships with folks. And so we are really, really excited about this new year. We are not going to let this pandemic slow us down. We're going to continue to lean in, and we're just asking for our Hilltop neighbors, partners, organizations, let's link up together and just do something even greater for the Hilltop and just Tacoma as a whole.
Thank you, Brendan. Congratulations, Executive Director Brendan. And thank you so much for being our guest today on Cityline, and for all that you are doing for our community, and particularly in Hilltop. Thanks for being here, Brendan. Well, that wraps up another informative episode of Cityline. It's been a joy to chat with the Hilltop Action Coalition, the Northwest Sinfonietta, and the Tacoma Light Trail Project. It's also been a pleasure to fill in for the wonderful Amanda Westbrook. I've been here at Tacoma Little Theater, and just a reminder, Silent Sky, the story of a brilliant history-making woman, hitherto unknown to many of us, plays at Tacoma Little Theater January 21st through February 6th. Tickets are available at tacomalittletheater.com. I want to thank you all for joining us, and stay safe, stay healthy, and Happy New Year.
Tacoma, that's my home, yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Oh, you're from Seattle, oh, you're from LA, oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from Seattle, oh, you're from LA, oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. From the fire